Marriages run into problems because people don't honor the fundamental nature of each other. So in this shifting time, men are becoming, hopefully, more alert, and women are helping the men. You know, sometimes in a relationship, we get what's called an interlocked relationship. Okay? I had this one woman come talk to me. She said, my husband abuses me. He talks to me, he says, you're fat. All you want to do is work all the time or be with your girlfriends. You don't give me any time. You don't give me any attention. I'm not important to you. This interlocked relationship comes when the woman blames the man and the man blames the woman. And then there's something called the blame game. He does this and he does that and he does that. She does this and she does that and she does that. The blame game comes from not looking in the mirror and taking responsibility for your own stuff. When I first got married, I was pretty young. I was 25 when I got married, and my wife was 19. This year is our 45th wedding anniversary. But Yogiji used to call us the odd couple. Because in our house, I was the neat person and my wife was the messy person. So she would, go in the shower and throw her towel on the floor. And she would take off her clothes and just leave them in a pile wherever she took them off. And she would go in the kitchen and cook, and every cabinet she opened, she would leave open. And every drawer she opened, she would leave open. And I got totally frustrated, And I would get angry, and I would go around and I'd say, why can't you pick up your stuff? This is the odd couple. Normally it's reversed, right? The woman is playing this role. I would go around and say, hey, why can't you pick up your stuff? And I would throw her stuff in the clothes hamper, and then I'd go in the kitchen, I'd slam all the cabinet doors, Come on. What do they call it? Passive aggressive, Passive aggressive. One day my wife was trying to please me, and she spent most of the day cleaning, and I came home from work, and first thing I did when I came home was I looked at the door and I ran my finger and I said, look, this door is dusty. She told me that on that day she decided she never wanted to clean again. I broke her heart. You understand what I'm saying? She worked all day to make it nice for me, and the first word out of my mouth was a criticism. So I went to Yogiji and I said to him, sir, how can I train my wife? I said, she makes a mess, she leaves the cabinets open, blah, 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 I want her to, how can I train her to do it? He looked at me he squinted at me, he said, you pick up every towel. You pick up every clothes. You clean up everything, and you never say a word. I said, yes, sir. So I tried this new technique, which meant I had to deal with my own anger, because it was my anger. And it had nothing to do with her. You understand? It was my anger. So I developed a habit, and the habit was, instead of coming home and complaining, first thing I did was I would come home and I would go into our bedroom and I would put my head down and I would matatek and I would say, "Thank you, Guruji, for bringing me home today and for the blessing of this cozy home, which is your home, and for the blessing of my wife and all the blessings that you have given me." And I would keep my head down until I had relaxed. And then I would lift my head up and come out into the room. And pretty soon she learned that when I came home, I was going to go first and bow my head. Well, that helped a lot. Sometimes I still slam the cabinet doors. But at that moment, I realized in my own reflection of myself, that's me. That's my problem. That's not her problem. And now, you know what? After 45 years of marriage, if I really don't say anything, she picks up her clothes, she hangs them up, she closes the cupboards, not always. But things have improved tremendously because I looked in the mirror, I faced my own anger, and I dealt with it instead of laying it on her. The foundation of a good marriage is that you have to pay attention to yourself and to the other person and not sweep things under the rug. Yogiji used to say, excuses are nothing but self-abuses. So you can make, it's amazing to me the things people can rationalize. Look at all the horrible things that happen in the world. You know, people abuse other people. People even abuse children, innocent souls. People kill other people. People cause all these things, and in their own mind they have rationalized that it's okay to do that. The human has infinite capacity to create a reason why it's okay to do something. But the fact is, everyone knows in their soul what things are okay and what things are not okay. And the fundamental thing that's not okay is causing pain to another person. And yet we still cause pain to each other. You understand? This is a very real human behavior. So if you understand that you had a lot of patterns implanted in you when you were very young. Maybe your mother didn't breastfeed you, maybe, parents argued, maybe there was alcohol in the house, and whatever, maybe whatever was happening in your home when you were little. Those patterns that get ingrained, you have the patterns you brought in from a previous lifetime. We call them samskars. We have the karam that brought you back into this incarnation. Because otherwise, why would you take incarnation at all? You have some bills to pay, right? You understand karma, how it works? How does it work? Look, there's karma you came in with, right? Look, this world is like a hotel, You check in and you check out. You don't get to stay here. Everybody checks in and everybody checks out. And when you check out of a hotel, what do they give you? A bill, right? And what happens if you don't pay the bill? They come after you, man. Right? Whatever pain you caused to someone else in a previous life, if that pain was not resolved and that karma was not resolved, then you have to come back and be in relationship to that soul again, and that bill has to be paid. So every soul chooses a family, chooses parents to be born to, where they can best pay their karma. So sometimes that karma plays out in the parent-child relationship. Sometimes it plays out in the marriage relationship. Sometimes it plays out in different ways in your body, in health, in money, different ways in different people's lives. But when that karma comes heavily into your marriage, then you have to face it honestly, and you have to decide, this is my stuff and that's her stuff. I can stand by her while she works on her stuff, and she can stand by me while I work on my stuff, but ultimately I have to own my stuff. I can't blame it on somebody else. That's a huge realization in a marriage. Huge. But we have a lot of grace in our lives. We have a lot of grace because what makes someone a Sikh? What makes someone a Sikh? What, you were born in some Punjabi family and therefore you're a Sikh? What makes someone a Sikh?
Grace.
Huh?
Grace.
Choice.
No. What makes you a Sikh is that you have a guru. And that you are in relationship with your guru. You can't be a Sikh by yourself. You have to be a Sikh of someone, something. You have to be Sikh of the guru. What other kind of Sikh is there? Cultural Sikh? Brown Sikh? White Sikh? Yellow Sikh? Green Sikh? No. There's only one kind of Sikh. Either you are in relationship with your guru or you're not. It's not your choice, man. Guru chooses the Sikh. Sikh doesn't choose the guru. Either he has chosen you or not. But look, there are many, many people he has chosen and they don't even realize it yet. Because they haven't awakened yet. And the guru will reach out in that just a moment and touch the heart of that person. And you don't know what that moment is. And in that moment, the heart springs open and the guru's touch is felt and tears come. And you understand at that moment that you are in relationship with your guru. So there are human relationships. There are self-relationships. But there is one relationship that goes beyond this human life. Only one. And that is your relationship with your guru. So you want to spend time with your friends, you want to spend time with your kids, you want to spend time with your husband, you want to spend time with your family. Every relationship, you have to invest in it if you want it to be successful. You think any marriage is going to be successful if you don't invest in it? The time, the love, the attention, the listening, the caring, the alertness to the other person. In that same way, you have to invest in your relationship with your guru. And the more you open that relationship, the deeper it gets. Because ultimately that relationship can only lead to one place. If it's real. Complete surrender. And that is the hardest thing for us. Right? We love our egos so much. We're very proud. We like to preen them. We like to enjoy ourselves so much. But ultimately, the relationship with the guru can only go to one conclusion. And that conclusion is that you bow your head and you surrender.
भुज दंड अखंडं तेज प्रचंडं